Hi guys, today I will be showing off some PS1 accessories. So I will start with a Game Hunter Pro. This is a CD version with 2 megabytes of storage. It has this is a parallel port, and it connects to your PS1 with this. This is also a parallel port, but this time on the PS1. And but basically, what is this? This is a cheat device, or you can also use it to basically mod chip your PS1 without using any kind of internal chips. And it has a switch that will turn it on or off. And let me just quickly show you how normal startup looks like when there is no CD. So you will get something like this: a startup logo and then a BIOS. Yeah, and because the parallel port wasn't available on all models of PlayStation 1, so let me just disconnect this quickly so I can show you. This old model has the standard outputs, the AV multi-out, that's your RGB output for SCART connector or Euro, serial I/O, that this was used for other kinds of peripherals, and the parallel I/O. This port could enable you, for example, to connect accessories like this, or there was an accessory. Let me just quickly open this. Maybe there was an accessory to play MP3 files from your CD or video files. Okay, so as you can see here, just let me connect this up. Okay, and connect the PlayStation. So if I put it to lower position, it makes it off. The upper position, it's on, and let's start the PS1. So you can see there is no BIOS. It straight starts with this basically BIOS from this card. So it's like a cartridge, and what it enables you to do is, okay, so you can start a game with cheats. Other custom cheats, there are some built-in cheats. Memory manager is exactly what it says. It will show you what's on your memory card. Let's try this one. Okay, it showed all the icons. In the first slot, you can do exactly the same as in the BIOS of the PlayStation. So if I exit from this, yeah. Okay, so it has a CD-ROM, and this is exactly the browser, basically. As you can see, I can browse all files on the CD, and maybe I will be able to play some of those files. So let's see if I find any videos. Let's try to credits. As you can see, credits from the game are playing. Yeah, you can play only audio from this video file. Fin, that basically means that when you finish the game, it will probably play. So here we go. Other things it can do, let's see. It can show you some images, but I don't think there will be any. It can start some exe files, so you can, if your CD doesn't boot properly, straight off through the BIOS, you should be able to boot it via exe file. That's a PS1 exe file, mind you. As you can see, it starts booting, and it should start even if your CD is scratch very. Yeah, that's exactly right. Let me switch the CD, and maybe I will show you something else. Okay, so for example, I should be able to play some of the music. Okay, few tracks. As you can see, this file, this is a Soul of the Samurai is CD. This file contains multiple tracks. That's a XA file, pretty standard format for the PlayStation. These are probably sound effects. Yeah, exactly. And if I recall correctly, it should be possible to show some graphics, but I'm not sure if those formats are readable by this card. At any time when the game is running, if you're curious about the textures, about the backgrounds and so on, you can press the reset button and it will and then open the not the memory manager, the graphic viewer. And as you can see here, you should be able to take a look at the graphics in the game. These are probably compressed textures or textures in completely different format. Let's see if it has any. Okay, so I can move this this little box here and change the resolution of the PlayStation. So and move through the basically this is graphics memory, and there is all kinds of garbage here. This is probably the background. Yeah, where the character is standing on, and these are the textures of all kinds of objects, but they have a completely different palette. So for a bit of debugging, it's also possible to use this card. And about the cheats, just let me show you that. Well, you can start with the game with cheats. You can enable them. There are some built-in cheats. So let's say there are quite a lot of them. So, for example, let's just say Crash Bandicoot. But notice that this is for UK version only, and you can enable them, disable them, and so on. You can add a custom cheats. So you can see there are quite a few of them already. Already on the card. I think you can also enter them manually. But the preferred method is basically to write them using this port over here via your computer. Let's take a quick look inside. Okay, so after removing 4 screws, it liberates the main board. As you can see here, there is a memory chip that's, well, it's a RAM, but probably it's an ordinary memory chip to save all of this. There should be probably a LED that will signal something like enabling the cheats. Let's see, there is cob right here, chip on board. This is probably the main processor. This is only a memory. This is a connector for your computer. This goes to the PlayStation 1. This probably facilitates other kinds of because this wasn't the only version of the Game Hunter, and probably there was versions with more memory or other kinds of functionality. If you're curious, this is the PS Game Hunter 2M version 0.5G or something like that, and it was probably made in 2000. So if you have a different version, let me know what are the differences. This was probably for the Europe, so there you go. Well, let me just get back into playing the games.